Things for the Dodgers. Give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Give them 3 years, they might take the series. Freddie Freeman. 1 ball, no strikes. He's not homered yet, but he's got a 2-run single. He's also walked. They're his totals to 4 home runs, 12 knocked in this World Series. Now you look ahead to the Yankees. They've got the big guys coming up. Soto, Judge, and Chisholm, and the Dodgers.
Garrett is also Camacho 41.
Far from over. What the Dodgers have done in situations like this is add on.
Hey, scripted defense.
So, of course, Luke Weaver's trying to prevent that. Here's a 2-0. Freeman. Grounds it foul. Now, a healthy.
Freeman's going to have exclamation.
You could make an argument he'd be aggressive and steal. He's not going to steal. He's going to leave that hole for Freddie Freeman to utilize. Now, when you talk about this game being all the postseason theater, you can add this to it. Walker Buehler Williams. 2-1 to Freddie Freeman. Walker Buehler started the game 2 days ago, and he's getting ready to come in here. Now trying to close out a World Championship. In this inning, a broken back base hit, catcher's interference, sacrifice fly. 2 of them for the Dodgers to tie it and take the lead. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 to Freddie Freeman. Just a strike 3.
And also one pitcher, I would not want to come in.
The big guys coming up for the Yankees. Soto, Judge, and Chisholm. When you come back.
You know he's looking to steal second. Google Cloud AI knows that a 10-foot leap with a sprint speed of 28 feet per second means an 80% chance he swipes the bag.
There he goes again.
And when a team's mascot has wings, they just so happen to get 0.4 more steals per game.
That can absolutely fly.
Yeah, he's flying. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI. Hi, Jack.
If Buehler gets the final outs of the World Series, it'd be 16 innings pitched. Yankees win the championship 16 years later. The Yankees-Dodgers rematch.
You can't trust this guy. He's on the list. He's a naughty lister.
There's definitely going to be a rematch next year with the Yankees winning in 7. Yankees are winning the rematch.
So disturbing. Lead 1, rated PG-13. Only in theaters November 15.
But yeah, again, I will make my World Series rematch video public. The death of Vin Scully at 94 years of age, born at the Bronx. Bronx is Camacho 28. His death at 94 is connected to back-to-back years between the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series. His death at 94 signals the fact that the Yankees are about to be 9-4 in the World Series against the Dodgers when they win next year. Aaron is Camacho 49. The Dodgers improve. The Yankees, it's the Dodgers that fall to 4-9 against the Yankees in the World Series. They fall to 4-9 versus the New York Yankees. Well, the Yankees beat Philadelphia in 2009. P is the 16th letter. I think about 16. I'm thinking about Philadelphia beginning with the 16th letter, and the Yankees beat Philadelphia in 2008. And the great John Chino at 33 years of age is going to win the World Series. Judge April 26, 1992. He follows the same pattern as Jason Tatum. He's a 15-6 life path. 15 seasons without a title for the New York Yankees. It's also Tatum. That's 15-6. I told you. Mavericks had no chance of winning the title. 15 seasons without a title for Boston until 16 years later. 2004 and 2008. Same thing with the Yankees. Juan Soto's Camacho 25. Soto comes back, signs extension, beats the Dodgers in the World Series. It will end in 5 games next year. World Series is Camacho 57. 5-game series, 7-game series, 12 total games after the 12-3 match, the 12th matchup between the Dodgers and the Yankees. Otani's Camacho 67. Scoring 67 seasons as announcer. Yankees lose 6-7. That's a Vince Scully tribute too.
3-1 put out, the Yankees failed to make in the 505th. 1 gone in the 8th, and Aaron Judge.
The 12th game in these last 2 years. This year and next year, see the Yankees winning in 7 games.
First home run of the player, first home run of the World Series in the first inning, but then this air started the problems in the 5th. Trending's 1-0. Judge. Mainly because it's a 1 in 1,000 here. We're at 1,000 more outs before we need to do that again. Swing for a strike. Perfect pitch from Blake Treinen. This crowd's so nervous. They're really solid in here. Judge trying to bring him to life. Fouls it back, and it's 2-2. That was one move like that. Back. He's worked it full. Jazz Chisholm waits on deck. Captain at the plate. 1 run game in the 8th. 3-2. Aaron Judge looking for his greatest Yankees moment. Payoff from Treinen. Backs up. Judge is there for second. He's got a double. Time on in scoring position in the 8th. Well, they got a breaking ball and they kept it fair. Got that standing the hitter back on the plate. Butsy just misses. Making another incredible play.
It's crazy how they're choking away.
Jazz Chisholm up there.
That was a legendary hit if he keeps the season alive. I tell you, that was stuff of legends right there. They can't waste it. This will be the greatest series ever. The Yankees win tonight.
33 pitches. At the end of a long season, his first one after missing 2 with a shoulder issue. Hudson's ready, Bueller, and probably getting ready.
Dodgers choking us.
2 on Chisholm. Again, low playing middle to strike down. was the swing path.
Hopefully, Giancarlo will hit one out of the park. This whole stadium's gonna go nuts if he does.
Stanton waits on deck.
Judge, this guy really is going to begin a comeback. All rise the judge. Was it a strike? Oh, fuck these umpires. I say every one of them. Fuck them.
This little boy is going to remind his
Fuck them.
Keep your head. Stay in there. He's had to tell Jazz a couple times. Emotional player.
They should be beating this team, but they don't have their starting pitchers available. You understand? Like, Dodgers are supposed to be stronger next year.
Jazz and the umpire shared at least a look or two.
Hey, that's your Kobe. 8 runs for the Yankees to win the game. Cleveland 78. Last one in the World Series against Cleveland. Come on, Giancarlo. MVP. Giancarlo Stanton. Judge begins the comeback. All started by Judge. Soto the only out. If this goes extra innings, the Dodgers are cooked. They've used like 8 different pitchers.
Most pitchers he's thrown this year, 39. That was back in June. This will be his 38. And these are the highest stretch 38.
Dodger fan going up Giancarlo Stanton. Does he want to go back to Dodger Stadium?
All those curveballs out of the machine taking batting practice. And all the things that he's been able to do to deliver. A home run tonight. Will they get a breaking ball? And will that work pay off? From a sinker and a curveball throwing Blake Treinen. Others hit 18 postseason home runs. Among the Yankees legends in the postseason, has performed when it's mattered most here in New York. He's knocked in another 2 today. He's got the tie run at second and the go-ahead run at first. First pitch. Lifted down the right field line. Back switch out. He's on it. He's got it. Steals the second out. Well, he got the sinker, and he missed it. You got Blake Treinen, who dug deep similarly in the division series to finish that off Game 5 in the do-or-die against the Padres. Doing it again here. Dave Roberts aggressive with his bullpen. I mean, he didn't think he was going to have to be like this, but Jack Flaherty fails to get out of the second. And that bullpen game started swinging open. So here we are now, trying to ready for his 39th pitch. 2 on, 2 out in the 8th. Anthony Rizzo at the plate. Strike one. Anthony Rizzo's last home run, June 13th. 2 broken fingers, really just been a catch-the-ball guy in this post. Down to 1. Swings and misses. Back to second. Judges in there safely. Tommy Hedman just tried to catch the ball and put his focus on that. With a 6-7 Judge streaking ahead of him. Arms in the outfield. Melvin Gordon. Although Teoscar Hernandez an assist with the plate in this series. Trying to Rizzo with an 0-2 pitch. On 1-2, Rizzo. Swings and misses. Blake Treinen gets deep.
See, season over. If you say so.
It is an art. Choosing gladiators. They're usually prisoners of war.
I claim this city for the glory of Rome.
You will be my instrument. I will never be.
Alex Verdugo, former Dodgers, this could be the final out.
My vengeance.
3 men up, 3 men down. Verdugo's the final out.
Rated R.
If these guys do get on base, and holy hell, what an end of the ninth inning that be. But it's going to be 1, 2, 3. The Dodgers have won the World Series, and the World Series rematch is on for next year. The Dodgers and the Yankees, a 7-game series. Squeeze in the money from the Dodgers and the Yankees.
History. First, epic foot-long cookies, churros, and pretzels. Now, all new $3 foot-long dippers.
Is there a Hall of Fame for snacks?
Find your perfect foot-long snack at Subway today.
Kamala backed Biden on everything. She supported his disastrous economic agenda, higher taxes on the middle class. Kamala backed his open border policies, and their weakness invited wars. President Trump fights for you. His strength kept us safe. Trump cut taxes for families. Prices were lower, and the border secure. But Kamala wants to double down on failure. Kamala broke it. President Trump will fix it.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message. Let's hide the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
I'm being quiet on me.
If you want to save on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'll show you the ropes, kid. Show you the ropes. There it is. I'll show you the ropes.
All parts you need, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
MLB Together is baseball's platform embodying the sports commitment to philanthropic causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, visit MLBtogether.com. To the ninth inning we go. The Dodgers 7, the Yankees 6. In a game the Yankees led 5-0. The Dodgers with 5 unearned runs in the 5th inning and 2 sacrifice flies in the 8th to turn it around. They look for insurance here. The heart of the order against Luke Weaver. Strike one on Teoscar Hernandez. For the Yankees at the bottom of the 9th, bottom of the order, Volpe, Wells, Verdugo. And it looks like it's going to be Walker Buehler coming in to face him. 2 days after he threw 76 pitches in a Game 3 win. Well, it would be a side day, but this is not a normal side day. And adrenaline will get him through one inning, no doubt. Any pitcher who is a starting pitcher that pitches once every 5 days or once every 6, the in-between side days, I'd say this one's filled with a drop. He is come to life in this World Series after losing 0 from the Championship Series. The pitch runs one, Chris Taylor over there. Dodgers noting the importance of that insurance run. Get the added speed there with Taylor. And the defense. For the bottom half. That probably would have been a move anyways. So Taylor's on. Once he's coming up. He jumps on the first pitch. It's a high line drive right that hangs up for Soto. 1. Kike Hernandez to the plate. We asked Dave Roberts yesterday what needed to be said about this 2024 Dodger team. And he thought about it and he said, You know, we've always been talented. We haven't always been tough. 3 straight postseason disappointments, including back-to-back division series exits the last 2 years. This year, Dave Roberts said, this team learned how to brawl. This team learned how to street fight. They got punched in the gut again in Game 4. Tested the toughness again. They fall behind 5-0 here in Game 5. Toughness once again put to the test. Now, this game's looked like a microcosm of who they've been all year. Punched, back up to punch back. And 3 outs away from coming out on top.
Yeah, this game really kind of embodies both teams' kind of journey and season in opposite ways if it doesn't work out for the Yankees in a comeback.
Taylor, good lead over there.
This defense is a joke.
So that one, Kike Hernandez. You know, in those early disappointments in the postseason, one of the big
They
things
still
was that
continue
they
to
made moments.
employ
They didn't come through.
that bum Aaron Boone, a bum
They didn't make the pitch.
manager without winning a title
Whatever they've needed.
in how many years? 7 years?
Good play. Whatever they've needed.
He's a joke.
Play, 1 ball, 1 strike.
But what I can also appreciate, they don't take anything for granted. They really don't. It's not just a saying. Dave Roberts talks about this team paying attention to every detail, running it out.
Now Dodgers have all their pitchers back. Everyone's going to think they're going to repeat, and they see Yankees lose in 5, and everyone in the world thinks the Dodgers are losing.
Another mistake by the Yankees.
Well, you know Weaver is drained. He has been forced into.
Everyone is going to be betting on the Dodgers next year.
This is just one of those moments.
Everybody will.
He's given everything.
But Ohtani's able to pitch. Everyone's going to bet on the Dodgers. Jorginho's going to smoke Ohtani next year.
Been thrown into Lions pit. That's a new rule last year. You can throw with it twice, and the third one you got to get the guy.
The payout wasn't really high on the Dodgers, really, because everyone was betting on them. They barely paid anything.
The same way this game feels like it's running into the Dodgers more and more, it feels like it's at least.
Yankees had a nice payout on the American League from April, May, and June to win the American
It's not
League.
been tight a lot of the way. Bludgeon teams. But there are those flaws lurking under the surface. Been brought to the surface by the 98-win National League champion Dodgers.
This team is a joke. Jorginho was drafted by the Yankees. This guy was simply bought and paid for by the Yankees.
And as much as the story for the Dodgers has been about the superstars with Ohtani and Betts and Freeman at the top of the order, it's been a story about the role players. Tommy Edman wins championship series MVP. Guys like this at the plate and Kike Hernandez. And an entire staff of pitchers. I mean, you don't have a rotation.
Great news is that Goalkeeper LeBron James is going to win the title 100% when he beats the Celtics next year. I knew the Vin Scully Jeff connected to a rematch. I knew it did. Back-to-back years. The Dodgers have zero chance of winning next year. How do I know? When they win the championship, Ohtani is the first Japanese player to win World Series MVP in 17 years. Ohtani did win World Series MVP, but I was correct that indeed Shohei Ohtani wins his first World Series MVP 17 years after Hideki Matsui did in 2009. So it's going to be 17 years later that Ohtani is the next Japanese player to win World Series MVP. Ohtani's going to choke next year, but then Ohtani will win his own World Series MVP in 2026. So that part is correct. Ohtani's just on a super team.
It's 95 degrees out, so the ball is going to carry an extra 6.6 feet today.
Lakers versus Celtics.
Talk about a hot hit. Catch the game like never before with Google Cloud AI.
Celtics, they're losing against Goalkeeper LeBron.
Everyone has a ritual.
small thing to keep us focused.
Everybody's gonna think the Celtics are gonna win back-to-back next year. Celtics gonna get slaughtered.
What do you do to keep your head in the game?
Yeah, good point. They did. Aaron Bone's a bum. These guys are clowns. These guys sold the series.
It's about taking care of your mental health.
Aaron Judge will win World Series MVP next year over the Dodgers.
The priority.
You know what's better than one Papa John's pizza? Two Papa John's pizza for only $6.99 each.
Only at Papa John's, bundle 2 or more.
But yep,
Papa John's
that
menu
is the
items for
story. That
$6.99
is the
each.
story.
Get your favorites for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better.
Aaron Judge is a lock to win World Series MVP next year. In 2025, Juan Soto is already coming back to the Bronx to make it to back-to-back World Series titles. The Dodgers lose their 15th World Series appearance against a 15-6 life path, the great Jorginho. For more information on the back-to-back championships with the Dodgers and the Yankees splitting a 2-year series in the World Series, see the end of the video because it's connected to Bronx native Finn Scully's death at 94 years of age. 47 years later, the Yankees beat the Dodgers again in the World Series, and Aaron Judge is World Series MVP. The Yankees have defeated the Dodgers in 7 games. I like the 12 games against the Dodgers. Ever since the 12th World Series matchup, Judge in reverse is Camacho 25. That same Camacho is Juan Soto. So they're rolling with it's also Juan Soto. That's Camacho. The Yankees beating the Dodgers again in the World Series 47 years after 1978. So Aaron Judge is going to win World Series MVP because I'd go with the ordinal over the reverse. And plus, it's Aaron, that's Camacho 49. The Dodgers fall to 4-9 in the World Series against the Yankees. And so Jorginho, with 29 playoff wins to his name, the Dodgers will go for a repeat next year when they appear in the next World Series. Jorginho has 29 playoff wins to his name, so the Dodgers will make it back to the World Series next year. Jorginho, if the Yankees fail to win the division, will win the World Series with Jorginho's 42nd playoff win of his career. Japan's Camacho 42 and Aaron Judge is 42, so the Yankees may not even win the division next year. If the Jorginho gets a first-round bye, Yankees win the division. His 40th playoff win against the LA Dodgers. Camacho 40 entering the World Series with 36. It's Dodgers. That's Camacho 36. And again, when you look at Roger Maris, Rogers 36 and 63. Jorginho wins the World Series 63 years after Roger Maris won the back-to-back in 1962. So Shohei Ohtani fails to win World Series MVP, but he does win World Series MVP in 2026. He's number 17. And he does so 17 years after the 2009 World Series. He will get his World Series MVP. This is like Stephen Curry. He's Kevin Durant this year on a super team, but he's Stephen Curry in that he needs his World Series MVP. Hideki Matsui was the World Series MVP in 2009, and so Godzilla, the next Japanese player to win World Series MVP, would occur 17 years later in the year 2026. So Ohtani's World Series will come. He's going to pitch next year, but he's going to choke. Yes, the house always wins. They're not going to have the Dodgers win 2 straight years. They're the most predictable team ever to win the World Series. Yankees 105th World Series won the 105th World Series in 2009. Their next win is against the Dodgers. Philadelphia was who they beat in 2009. P, it's a 16th letter, so that's our clue. And Jorginho, a 15-6 life path. The Dodgers 15th loss in the World Series. And the Yankees, instead of winning the World Series 15 years later, did appear in the World Series 15 years later. But the key is that the Yankees go 15 years without winning the World Series championship. 15 full seasons without a title, but they do so 16 years later. 47 years later, the next World Series victory over the Dodgers with the Jorginho winning the MVP of the World Series in 2025, and the Dodgers and Ohtani win World Series MVP 17 years after Hideki Matsui was the last Japanese player to do so in 2009.
comes on, strange two, fires up his dugout, fasten those seatbelts, to the bottom of the ninth we go.
Doug.
We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize.
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important time I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there, and we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities, on our streets, in our schools. And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
to call a timeout.
On hate. Together.
Together.
Gold Peak tea is brewed from the top leaves of the tea plant. Because they're the best ones, in my opinion. My apologies to the rest of the leaves!
Thanks. What'd you get? Oh, I got another double shot.
Yankees win the rematch. The Dodgers win in 2026. Again, next Japanese World Series MVP. 17 years later, Ohtani chokes in 2025, even though he's pitching. But Ohtani does win World Series MVP 17 years after Hideki Matsui. Number 17 is his number, so he does so 17 years after Hideki Matsui won the World Series MVP.
We're not together. We got divorced.
She has partial retrograde amnesia. She can't remember the last 8 years.
I don't know who I am now, but I wanted to be a doctor my whole life. I won't give that up.
It's a beautiful life.
The beautiful pressure of the World Series. Sometimes it does more than just test your limits. It redefines them.
Yeah, there you go. I cannot wait for the rigging for the next couple of years. See Ohtani have the greatest World Series ever in 2026 and see great Jorginho get his revenge on the Dodgers next year to win World Series MVP. Jorginho and Ohtani are back-to-back World Series MVPs next year.
To Walter Johnson in 1924, a starter coming out of the bullpen. To Randy Johnson, to Madison Bumgarner, to Chris Sale. And now, Walker Buehler.
For the Dodgers, 3 outs away from their 8th World Championship.
Yankees will get revenge next year. That's a given.
Alex Verdugo trying to extend the Yankee season. First pitch from Buehler. That's the one thing to watch for.
Okay, adrenaline would be fine with the miles per hour, but the command. Will he have the command? When you are forced
Dodgers going to hit a home run off of Ohtani in 2025. That's guaranteed.
It's a strike, 1-1. Hope he saved it yesterday. Had a grand slam. Felt like it was over before that. He said, not yet. That force is game 5. He's off the ninth. And a little cue shot on first foul. Who for a while the end of the season was fighting just to show that he belonged on the postseason roster.
I wonder what Matsui's like back this. I wonder if he really is 16. That'd be too good to be true.
Whistles away, 97.
Yeah, see that again. He's going to have the miles per hour because he is.
Yeah, they're 3 outs away. Yankees are close to losing.
That gets you as
Basically, yeah, Ohtani did win World Series MVP, but that part of my calculation was correct because even though the Dodgers won World Series, he won't win World Series MVP this year because he hurt his shoulder. But I did say he'd win World Series MVP 17 years after the last Japanese player to do so occurred in 2009 because his number is 17. So Dodgers will probably lose against New York next year, but Ohtani's going to be MVP of the World Series in 2026. So, yeah, It's funny, even though the Yankees didn't win here, I had the right year that Ohtani must be World Series MVP. Oh, yeah.
History goes back to
Yeah, you too.
Brooklyn in 1890. The thrill, the dominance in the regular season, but the frustration of falling short recently.
I like your optimism, but Ohtani is going to win his World Series MVP 17 years after Hideki Matsui. Judge wins MVP next year. Judginho will win the World Series MVP next year.
This close to celebrating like it's 88.
Baseball's so predictable. It's like, who even cares if you're a Dodgers, Yankees, and you lose the World Series? It's like, clearly, they're planning on the rematch next year. Clearly. They don't want to embarrass Ohtani too bad. They don't want this guy blowing a 3-0 lead. This isn't the final act. This is only Act 2. Act 3, Act 4, Act 5. That's the rematch. That's the rematch. Act 3, 4, and 5 is all about a rematch with Ohtani being able to pitch against the Yankees and with Aaron Judge and the Yankees getting the revenge over the Dodgers. Well, sucks. Come on, they play in the matchup next year. They sold the game with the fifth that it should include then.
Walker Buehler is 1 out away. 7 of the 12 pitches have been the breaking ball. And that has got the perfect feeling and the perfect rotation.
Well, a former Dodger is going to end the World Series. This is basically who he is.
And it's up to the former Dodger, Alex Verdugo, to try and keep things alive for the Yankees.
Judge and Ohtani are back-to-back World Series MVPs. The Phillies, they are still due in their 147th season. I think I said 2029, if I'm not mistaken, for the Phillies. Mets in 2027. The Mets are going to choke again against the Dodgers next couple of years, and Mets are going to win in 2027 against the Yankees.
The Dodgers must break away from a championship, from a proper celebration. It's Los Angeles. Your Dodgers have won the World Series.
This World Series is gay. All the hype for that. The Trump is still going to lose. Donald Trump is New York, and they lost the World Series. Oops. Don't worry. I nailed the Chiefs winning every one of their playoff games. I nailed the Celtics beating the Mavs. Take the loss on the World Series. Take it on the World Series, okay? And just move on to Kamala beating Donald Trump in the 2020 election.
Championship. With a comeback for the ages from down 5-0 to win it 7-6 in 5 games.
Everybody bet responsibly. The Yankees to win the American League. Winning play of the baseball season. Yankees to win the pennant. Boom, boom. Smaller profit, but you'll take the small profit. That's what it counts. And Gold King of Bond is locked already. Say Gold King of Bond was going to win the championship. Lakers are locked. They're going back to back again. Dodgers season 24, Lakers season beginning in 24. Lakers gonna win the title.
I will say this: it's one of the best managerial jobs I've ever seen in a World Series and in playoffs. And Dave Roberts, you were amazing with that roster, with those moves, with those.
Yeah, Lakers gonna trash the Celtics. That's what they're gonna do. Yankees will be back in the dance and win it next year. I know how baseball's scripted. They'll have Yankees Dodgers Part 2. Vince Scully dead at 94. Yankees improved the 9-4 against the Dodgers. So this is Act 1. Act 2 next year. Yankees beat the Dodgers. And Ohtani wins World Series MVP 17 years after Hideki Matsui did so, the last Japanese player to do so. So Judge destroys Ohtani, hits home runs. And then next year, the following year, I don't know who Ohtani's going to beat in the World Series. It'll probably be somebody else. I can't picture the Astros being good. It's interesting to see what team emerges from the American League if the Yankees don't make it in 2026. They're big on the 33. Jorginho, in scripted fashion, is going to win at 33 years of age. He sold the game. He sold the entire postseason. His entire postseason was completely fake. It's all part of the narrative that he's clutch, that he'll never, ever win the big one, but Soto resigns, and Jorginho and Soto are back for Part 2. So Yankees are a lock to win next year. I definitely like the Dodgers in 2026. I still go Mets in 2027, Phillies in 2029. I don't know about 2028, I wonder. I don't know about 2028, but I really like Phillies for 2029. I really like Mets for 2027. I definitely like Ohtani in 2026. And Yankees got to get it next year. They'll be too old after next year, but the Yankees are going to win it next year. So I love the setup. I like how Vince Scully's death definitely connected to a back-to-back Yankees-Dodgers series with the Dodgers winning Act 1. Like, it seemed like the Dodgers pitch, and it looked like I thought they had to lose, so Ohtani had to be valuable, and they wouldn't be able to win until he's able to pitch. I mean, that's a great theory, but it's the opposite, where the Dodgers win without their pitching, without Ohtani being able to pitch, and now everyone thinks the Dodgers are going to win next year. So clearly, I see how Vegas is setting everyone up on Ohtani being able to pitch next year, and it just means that the Yankees are going to absolutely shock the world with their drives to destroy Shohei Ohtani next year. So, yeah, I really love how the series ended this year because it kind of hints as to what the future is going to happen. Great run. Thank you for viewing in to the streams during the postseason. This is only Act 1. I can't wait till Act 2. Baseball will see the numbers here. They'll give us 7 games next year. Jorginho and the Yankees shock the world, and they destroy the Dodgers with healthy pitching. Ohtani comes in, wins World Series MVP 17 years later. The greatest championship prediction ever. Goalkeeper LeBron to win back-to-back rings. The Lakers and the Dodgers won in 2020, and now Jorginho. It is okay for the Lakers. In fact, the Dodgers and the Lakers are going to follow a similar pattern. Dodgers and Yankees win during the same seasons that coincide. The season in 2024, the Lakers are going to win in the season beginning in 24. So Lakers championship will happen in 2025, but the key is that it's the season that's beginning in 2024. So I'm all in on the Lakers, Celtics. Lakers win the championship. Lakers win. Ohtani win World Series MVP 17 years later. The Jorginho's 15-6 life path is still true. 15th World Series loss for the Dodgers in the rematch in the 15 full seasons without winning a title. And the Jorginho with the big drop in the outfield to go from a drop in the outfield to beating the Dodgers in the rematch. So nice theatrics, nice script set up for Jorginho to fight back with a World Series MVP. So yeah, Yankees Dodgers Act 2. That's the script next year.